Hi everyone, how are you all today?
Hi Malaysia, thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm doing good.
hi
hi.
Manisha. May here I'm good.
Hi, it's
Hi,
here.
Manisha. Sherwin here.
I'm
Fine.
fine. Brandon is fine.
Going so far.
Yeah, as we all know, today we are going to do a small discussion among ourselves about the Malaysian cultural studies, right? The assignment we did, the written assignment, the Baba Nyonya one. So before our real presentation, let's do a quick group discussion, okay? Just to revise ourselves. Okay, so let's start with the one who started with the written assignment, the first part. Who was it? Shirin is? Okay, so let's start with Shirin.
For introduction, Baba Nyonya ethnic group is very popular in Malacca, Malaysia. Peranakan means dissidents in Malay. Next, Baba means man, while Nyonya means a woman. For the history, in 15th century, Admiral Chinko, which is one of the best admirals, did make an expedition to Malacca. So the King of China sent one of his daughters, Kang Lipo, to the Sultan of Malacca as the tribute to their diplomatic relations. Then many followers of Admiral Chenko and Princess Kang Lipo were settled in Bukit China, Malacca. They are the ancestor of the Peranakan of Baba Nyonya groups in Malacca. Thus, they married with local women and give birth to the first generation of Peranakan.
Okay, next is religion. Baba Nyonya is a unique culture that incorporates various customs and tradition of Malacca. It is also known as Peranakan Baba Nyonya or Straight Chinese. Baba Nyonya believe in Chinese religion that are Confucianism and Chinese Buddhism. Baba Nyonya practice a mixed belief between Malay and Chinese belief. For example, they still believe in shaman. When babies cannot stop crying, they usually use shaman to heal. The suggestion is to find a devil surrounded by baby. Okay, that was nice too. What you guys think?
It's interesting.
Such
I
new
didn't know
insight
you
into
can
culture.
stop a baby from crying by using that way.
Irrelevant, by the way.
Just kidding.
Okay, let's move on to language.
Yeah, alright. So, the Baba Nyonya peoples, right, they actually have a very special language, which is a combination of both Malay and a certain type of Chinese known as Hokkien. Since, most of the Chinese immigrants that came from China, right, they came down from the southern region of Fujian, right? So when it came down to the Strait settlements and they intermixed with the Malay peoples, they ended up creating a new sort of Creole language between Malay and their native Hokkien. So yeah, they ended up creating like a new variation of Malay, which is very special because it has like certain unique characteristics. Like for example, in pronouns, right? They actually borrow the pronouns from their Hokkien languages, like with I being no and you being nu. Right. And besides that, they also have like a certain way of pronouncing certain words in Malay. Like for example, if a Malay word ends in the letter A, right? They'll say it like ah instead of using the sound. Like for example, saya instead of saya. Besides that, if they also have words that end in I, they'll add like an extra ik sound to it. So instead of nasi, it's nase. Yeah, so these are just some of the unique characteristics of the Baba Nyonya language.
So next we're going to talk about the Baba Nyonya cuisine. I would say it's very delicious because I see it's nice and like my mom cooked it before as I'm a Nyonya. So like, firstly we have laksa Nyonya. This is basically coconut curry soup that has many ingredients and the sauce and it's prepared with prawn paste, fish-based prawn sauce with a combination of meat such as chicken and the noodle is stick rice. And then like at the top there are like eggs, slices of omelets, Vietnamese cilantro, cucumber slices. So next I'm gonna proceed to ayam pote. This is like marinated chicken potatoes in thick sauce. And it's usually served with steamed rice. In that portion there's also like garlic and shallots fried in it in order to enhance the taste of the ayam pote. You also need to marinate overnight just so you can get the taste. And the next day you just cook it until the sauce gets thick and chicken gets tender. Then you're ready to eat it with rice. And next is Nonya Mee Siam, is like Thai noodles because this cuisine was influenced by the neighboring Thailand. This Nonya Mee Siam is served with boiled eggs, shredded omelette and fish cake. And then there's lime, you squeeze it into the noodle. And there's a chili sambal paste at the side to enhance the spicy and sour taste. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Nonya Chendol. I always like to have this during hot days, because it really cools me down. So this is like a popular dessert. It's made up from cinnamon, Nonya coconut milk, flavored pandan, gelatinous noodle, red beans, crushed ice, and gulab jamun. So this is sweet, but it's kind of delicious.
It sounds so delicious by the way you're saying.
We talk about food. I'm so hungry now.
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
Yo.
So before
Next time let's go for the
Because yeah,
Next time,
Right.
Before
I asked
moving
my
on,
mom
I'd like
cook
to
for
ask,
you.
has
Let's
anyone
come
ever
to
tried Baba Nyonya cuisine before?
Have anyone tried? I've tried once. I've tried the laksa, but it was in KL, so probably fake lah.
I've tried
Right.
it.
Come to Malacca.
Yeah.
Chendol in Melaka. I've tried
Yeah,
it.
let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And the marinated chicken, right? You can also get it. I think I've tried it.
That's my favorite.
Okay, so who's next? Oh wait, it's my turn. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm talking about rituals today. Specifically, I'll talk about marriages. Because Peranakan marriages, right, I tell you guys, is a very big and fancy event. Okay, traditionally, it's supposed to last for 12 days, but nowadays, don't do that because it's expensive, right? And it's largely based on Chinese traditions. And the marriage mostly occurs around and at the bride's house. And basically, Peranakan marriages consist of many different ceremonies, with the very first being the Chow Tao ceremony. So, what's the Chow Tao ceremony? It basically marks the first occasion where bride and groom put on their wedding robes. After they put on their wedding robes, a procession will be held heading towards the bride's house, right? Then next is the Chin Pang ceremony, where basically the groom for the first time unveils his bride, because the bride has that thing over her head, right? So, yeah, and then both of them are served Fei Yi, which is basically dumplings in sweet broth, and they are also served tea. And then next, another ceremony will be Chia Xia, and it takes place in the bridal chamber where the guests, the friends of the bride, will try to make the bride laugh. Okay, they will tease her, tell jokes, whatever, try to make her laugh. And if she laughs, unfortunately, the groom will have to treat everyone to dinner. Okay. And then finally, easily the most important ceremony is the 12-day ceremony, where basically the marriage is confirmed and approved by the groom's mother, if I remember correctly. And apparently there will be some sort of test where they will confirm the bride's virginity. Okay, but nowadays that obviously a test is not be done now. Okay, it's offensive, I guess you could say. So yeah, and then after that, a pair of roosters and hen will also be released under the bed. Now, what they do is, depending on which animal comes first, it will basically predict the gender of your first child. If it's a rooster, it will be a girl, and if it's if it's a rooster, it'll be a guy. I switch genders by accident. Okay, so yeah, and now because Peranakan marriages is a very huge and complex event, usually these ceremonies are handled by a Pakchi Dek and a Sangkek, which is basically wedding specialists. Yeah. Interesting, right?
Yeah,
it's
very
very
interesting.
Especially when you say that rooster part, Yeah, I never know rooster was indicated.
Malaysia, be quiet.
Yeah, it's really
Alright.
interesting, and
Yeah.
I will be looking forward for that day somehow.
You're going to get married?
No,
Yeah,
no,
remember, Sukme is also a Peranakan, right?
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
mean not
moving
now. Like,
wait, moving on to my part, right? So whatever Brandon said, it basically connects to the taboo and beliefs, to whatever ritual they have. They also have these superstitious and supernatural beliefs that they have. So usually these taboos and beliefs, right, they are usually known as the performance of behavior which being followed and taught among the certain culture. So these are the superstitious beliefs was implied by Pranana is, for instance, if a visitor enters the house through the front door, then they must depart using the same door that they came by, is because they believe that the daughter of the visitor might end up being a spinster. I know it sounds funny, but it's a fact, by the way. They follow it. So, for example, right, if someone comes to visit you, like someone comes to visit Sukmi, since Sukmi is Peranakan, someone comes to visit Sukmi, if someone comes inside by the front door, they should go also by the front door. They cannot use the other door or another alternative doorway. If they do that, there's a high possibilities where the person, the visitor who came to see Sukme's daughter, might end up being a spinster. I know it doesn't make sense.
I think it's true. So that's why I always knock every single door when they're visited.
Wow, Sukme!
And then I let people exit from that one door. That specific door.
Okay. Apart from this, there were many taboos were indicating the paranormal beliefs of Baba Nyonya. For example, right, specifically during the death funerals, all the mirrors or any reflecting surface were advised to be concealed, and the household, it is, should be covered with red paper. This is because of the superstition fear of Peranakan community, where the dead might catch and bring the soul of living along with them after the afterlife. For example, let's say after you die, there's the mirror in your house. They believe that the ghost can communicate with you or steal your soul, steal a living person's soul through the mirror, which means they can travel through the mirror. And then they can come to the reality and they'll snatch someone. There's a high possibility that they can snatch someone's soul and they can bring together with them. So that's why during the funerals, all the mirrors are actually closed down. This superstition is kind of similar to the Indian superstition also. I think Malays also have the superstition. Since Baba Nyonya inherited from Malays and Chinese culture, and I find that Malay culture also has superstition. Okay. And then another important superstition is most of y'all wouldn't know this. Most of us wouldn't know this, which is called the ghost bride. Okay, the ghost bride superstition is very, very interesting to hear because let's say if someone dies with a lot of desires and not fulfilling wishes, they haven't fulfilled their wishes, and someone dies in a very young age, especially the male, they will be get married to a girl from reality. It's like a ghost marrying with a girl who's from reality. Sometimes it ends up well. After the marriage, the girl can, proceed her life as normal. She can meet another guy. She can, get married with him. There's no issues in it. But sometimes, if the ghost becomes so greedy, it has high possibilities for it to snatch the girl and bring him to the living realm. Which means the ghost has the power to bring the ghost bride, the bride that is being set up for the ghost, the heaven or hell, whatever it is, reincarnated or living later, whatever it is. It has the ability to bring the wife along too. So it is a very dangerous taboo. Even sometimes in the Peranakan community, they do not advise to participate in these taboos and beliefs. They do not ask or advise anybody to follow this. So yeah, that's all for me.
Interesting, but I don't believe because I'm a city boy. Next.
There's a Netflix series about it, okay? You can
Squeeze money out from
But
this.
how are you gonna marry a ghost? I just don't get.
I don't know lah. I think they pretend to marry a ghost. By the way.
Why? I am not going to do this. I
I don't ask for
swear.
Chatai lah. He's so thirsty already.
Sukme is gonna marry a ghost, everyone. I've always wanted to ask this question. Peranakan culture is really dying.
I think it's no, because I still can find someone is cooking their food, speaking their language. So I think the Peranakan culture is not dying.
Okay, that was nice to hear. Sukmi, do you agree on it? You're a Peranakan, right?
Yes, I do agree. The culture is not dying actually. We're just in that one village. And then like yeah, we just inherit those.
How can you say it is not dying when most of us doesn't know the information about Baba Nyonya?
Because we are only at that one, we have a specific area, and then like not many people will know about it if they do not explore.
We're a minority, Vanessa, you understand?
Yeah,
Okay, so
but
we are not dying, but we're at minority, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that was nice. Nice information. Move on to the next question. Waiting for me for what?
in your opinion, do you think Baba Nyonya are superstitious?
Yes, I think it's super suspicious because Baba Nyonya has different beliefs and taboos, and I can use the numbers like pregnant Nyonya are prohibited to join any activity that is related with marriage, and they need black shirt when they are attending marriage. Yeah.
I do agree with this. Yeah. They are really superstitious. Is Baba Nyonya culture outdated?
I don't think they are outdated. I mean, the people who are cultural and how do you say? They're cultural and they are very modern most of the time. So, and in my opinion, I don't think cultures are outdated.
Yeah, I agree. If not, how will I be in this culture now?
You are outdated. You wouldn't be studying in college or something.
Yeah. If I'm outdated, right, I will help my mother and cook all those delicious food now.
Okay, don't talk so much. Faster, the next question.
Yeah, okay, Kiran. Okay, here's the thing. So, Baba Nyonya is a combination of Chinese and Malay, right? However, do you think that do they have Bumi Putra status in Malaysia? Because most Malaysians don't consider them as Bumi Putra, they just consider them as another minority.
I think they are not going to put up because according to our law, one needs to be the Malay race and also so not only Muslim, he needs to be a Malay. Even Mama Indians are not considered to. I think they are not. For now, they will not be given in the current law.
So they are just warga negara lah, not Bumi Putra.
So, in conclusion, I think Baba Nyonyas are a very unique. They have a very unique culture and a very interesting history. They are a cross of Malay culture and Chinese culture. So it's very unique and very rare to be found. And they have very delicious food, in my opinion, which I have tried chendol, I guess.
That's not
And-
an opinion, that's actually a fact. Their food is delicious.
Louder, Cheng.
No,
Come again?
that's
Yeah.
not an opinion, that's actually a fact.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And I think we should appreciate their diversity in Malaysia, and we have to be proud that we have differences and a lot of different cultures in our countries than others. Thank you.